to wrap on the Milwaukee. And here's the best part. Still got an empty drawer.
Old Maxwell Jones is going to win it from Palatka, Florida, you know.
3.
The old
2.
diesel mechanic.
Yeah. No.
All right.
All right, good,
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Hayden J is second place, and Joffrey W.
It's Jeffrey.
I'm sure it's not Joffrey.
Yeah, it's like how they spelled the Toys R Us.
He's in-
Jeffrey.
He's in
Joffrey.
Georgia, so
In Georgia. No, he only bought that one in the time frame.
got it. Yeah.
So $10.
So that's pretty freaking awesome.
You
You
want
know,
it
so
for
he
$10.
had like a 0.1%,
Yeah.
0.01% chance, like a 1 in 1,000.
When I roll the Snap-on around, I didn't realize it makes all kinds of noise. So these wheels don't look as nice as those, but they just work better.
Yeah.
So it just, and then like that, the detent, like this.
Yeah.
There's just something, I don't know, something better about what, this just appeals to me more. That is certainly a better built box as far as the stuff they put in. It's heftier, I should say. I don't know about better built, but it's heftier. But this is just, I don't know, it's just cleaner. And I know the Snap-on guys don't believe me, but my money is on this. And both of you guys that won, maybe I convinced you, but both of you guys that won
Take much. I mean,
chose this.
I was very much like you growing up, where Snap-on was the be-all, end-all.
Yeah, this is the
And,
this is
as
the
I
dream.
grew up and, you know, professionally was using tools, like I realized that the gap between, you know, a good tool and a Snap-on tool was very minimal, but
Yeah.
the cost was, you know, 4 times the price. And it
Yeah,
just wasn't worth it.
and 25 years ago, the gap was giant, and there's
Yes.
no
I mean,
question.
There was going to Sears and buying Craftsman,
Yeah, yeah.
or buying Snap-on
Same,
or
yeah,
Mac tools.
yeah.
And
We all had the Snap-on or the Craftsman, the back of the Sears catalog, right? But so the toys in the very back, and before the toys were the tools. And me as like a 10-year-old kid, I'd be looking at the
I
tools.
mean, that's what that's replacing. I have 25-year-old Craftsman stuff in my box still.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I use: wrenches, ratchets, everything.
And you would, one of the big arguments was you just take your tool to Sears and they give you a new one.
Yeah.
One of the arguments to this is that the Snap-on guy comes around and they give you a new one. One of the lessons we've learned is that, like, Mike had one of these and it was broken and it took him 6 weeks to get a new one.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness to Snap-on, we had a corporate guy. We didn't have a franchisee.
Yeah.
Now the franchisee has a darn warehouse filled with stuff, so that probably wouldn't have happened, in fairness to Snap-on. But what did I say? The average tool was $47 a piece, or the average Sonic tool is like $15 a piece. Is this better? I mean, I think it's arguable,
Yeah.
But is it 3 times better?
Yeah, that's the difference. The
Yeah,
gap is so-
yeah.
And quality is so small, but the price is
Yeah.
so huge.
And then the toolbox, there's certain things about it that's better. You know, I'm not sure what, but there's a little bit of jank, there's a little bit of gap.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that Taiwanese precision on a Sonic thing. You get the American heft here, and one could argue, you know, these are 2,000-pound caster or 1,000-pound casters. Those are 800-pound casters. But then I didn't realize this when I was rolling this thing around.
That just shakes. And
I think because they're harder urethane tires or wheels. I guess they're not tires, but the little bit of slop in the mechanism here means these things just kind of bounce around. I didn't realize that. Just little. I mean, when I'm nitpicking here, I don't think that matters all that much. But when we rolled the Sonic box to put it on the pallet, we realized that. And then just design choices, you know, just not as mine.
I love that design because on my current box, you know, I wanted to fit in a certain spot.
Yeah.
So I had to remove the handle because it sticks out, and then you
Yeah.
can't put something beside it without
Yeah.
have that big gap
I
behind it.
didn't think about that.
So that one, you don't have to do that. The handle stays on there, and it looks really
yeah.
good. Because, you know, most people, unless you're a full-blown mechanic, most people don't roll their box around.
Right.
They put it in a
Yeah.
spot, and that's
Yeah.
where it sits.
Yeah, I mean, or if you have a big old like 2,000 square foot shop. I mean, that's why I always end up doing cabinets, because you don't move it around. And so unless you have a shop that you have room to stow it, you generally are going to put it in a position, put it in space. And then the crazy thing is, now when I paid for that array, that 30-foot array was 17 grand, and this is 14.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Now, I think it's probably more like 25 now because of cost of steel and rising prices of things. But still, I mean, this versus a giant array of cabinets, I mean, I'm generally going to choose an array of cabinets. And the Snap-on cabinets are junk because they're not, I don't think they even have an epic version of cabinets. They just have like their lower tier. So, yeah, man, I'm pumped for this, this toolbox. Now, I told you this, I think I told you this, in fairness to Snap-on, somehow I broke, everybody's saying, so I want to be fair with the Snap-on people. I broke the locking mechanism of that box when I was rifling through the drawers. So they sent us a new one. So we'll find out, maybe the toolboxes are junk, I don't know. Now there's a little plastic piece that broke. And that little plastic piece, I didn't have time to get it. We couldn't just order a new plastic piece. And I knew you were coming. I'm like, I got to get a new, or we knew we were doing the giveaway. And so I just bought a new box and had them send me here. And we're going to use this in the shed. So that's, that's a Matt Moorman admitting to the Snap-on folks. My Snap-on box the plastic piece didn't break. There probably isn't a plastic piece in it. So maybe that's an argument for this. So anyway, let's go show you. Let's show you you guys the warehouse. This is obviously where I shoot all the videos, right? It's my studio. Everybody always says it looks smaller than you think. This is what has 1,900 miles on it now. My 1,900 mile E92, super clean with the carbon ceramics. That was my one frivolous thing in this world, and then the interior's super nice.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is just.
Super,
like
super
a brand new car, like it was built a month ago.
That was the thing. I get to re-experience it, and do it right, with the right exhaust and the right brakes and the right space, the right everything, right suspension, and do it. And now I get to have it. And actually, yesterday or Friday, it's kind of, you get a little lifter noise when it sits, and so I did what the engineer who owned it did. He would warm it up, drive it around the block, get it to temp, park it. So I'm like, yeah, and I made it in life. I just warmed it up, did a little burnout down the street there, put it back away. That's the plan.
I've got a 2017 M240i.
Oh, cool.
That's
yeah.
my pride and joy.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy.
You probably drive it more than I do, right?
I drive it about once a week.
Yeah.
I try to. There's.
Keep it clean. Wash it after you're done with it.
Yep.
That's the way to be. Yeah. And then we got my tire changers. I can't wait to get these toolboxes out here. They're taking up too much space. I ordered a Rousseau box to test out for all the Hazette tools. And then I've finalized the Wera screwdrivers that I like, and the Wera parts. And so I need to get back. I have the Koken catalog, so I can get through the Koken stuff from Japan, and then Knipex, and then Stahlville, and there's a couple of PB Swiss. I want to try to become a dealer for that, see if I can put it all together, and then find some other specialty tools that all go as part of it. Mike's building this shed so he can get his crap out of my studio here. The studio doesn't normally look like this. I had the tools, I had the garage or the shed that we're building, and I've got 2 sets of wheels, one for the Evo, so I'm going to mount some tires today. That's the coolest thing ever, is having this machine, and having it. I don't have to take it somewhere. Yeah. I took the titanium exhaust off the Evo, and I actually brought the Rooster GT3. If you saw it out there, I'm putting the Dundon on today. It's my plan. I was getting through all my business stuff this morning. I knew you guys were coming, and then I figured I'll get the exhaust finally on. I've had that thing on top of the cabinet for 3 months now. I need to get that thing on. So let's take you guys next door and show you the warehouse. We're using barcodes for boxes, and we have software now where the packers actually scan the product out, and we've probably saved, maybe 100 steps in the process of the normal picking, where we also don't have to walk here, pick something, and walk all the way to the other warehouse and pick the next thing. We have processes set up where things are quite a bit more efficient, and so.
Here under the bus or anything. I ordered like a 32 ounce of drying aid late last year, and I got my 32 ounce, but I also got a gallon. And so I contacted the customer service and I sent it back because I didn't buy it, so it wasn't worth me to keep.
So in our manual process, that we had that happen quite a bit, where you know, if you picked it wrong, there were no redundancies.
Yeah.
And so now we're hoping to, you know, reduce some of those little clerical errors and things where we have, there's like three redundancy steps in the process to help, you know, find errors and make sure we get the right stuff shipped out. And that's been an evolution, because in the beginning, you don't know what I'm doing, we just figure it out. You know, and then every day you try to make a little improvement. Before you know, you have this super organism of stuff that becomes a business. It's pretty fascinating, because I say this all the time: when you're young, you don't have any money, you need somebody to help you with it. You need a financial person to help you, but you can't get one because you don't have any money.
Yep.
And then when you get money, now you don't need anybody because you figured it out. And so same thing here in warehousing. You need somebody to help you figure out how to pack and ship and all of that, but you can't get anybody because you don't have any money. And by the time you do, you've figured it out. And so that's the process. I heard you were saying you needed some stuff.
Yeah,
some replenishment.
Neat stuff, right?
Well, let's pick it up. Let's pick it here. I owe you some money because I don't have to ship the box. So let's get you some stuff. You needed some GSF, didn't you?
Yep. GSF, brake buster.
Okay, I got this. Let me get a cart here. I'll fill it up. I need some of this. I need a gallon of GSF here. You need some brake buster. What else? What else are you low on?
Brake buster.
Let's see what else we can get. Oh, those are in sequence? Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see what I need. Yeah, that's what I do. That's my job. Where's the sprayers for these?
I don't need one. I got press all bottles.
Oh, okay.
Down there by-
Well, then we'll do these instead. We got these. What else do you need?
the stones, card and stuff.
Oh, yeah, you need a couple of those.
I saw you guys have sold out on the interior cleaner, the P&S, but normally you guys have reserves, so it was weird to see it say sold out.
Well, we got rid of it because we transitioned to the new stuff. You got to try this. Let me get you one of these. Actually, if you're doing press-alls, then you need a gallon. Yeah, you got to try this stuff. It's the best interior cleaner on the planet. P&S is good. That's better. No scent. I don't really mind the scent, but no scent, clear. It leaves perfect matte finish. It's great.
Yeah, that's the thing I clean the most because
Yeah.
like they just got done on a trip, so when we actually get back, I got to spend 3 hours cleaning her.
You gotta try this on your wheels. You gotta do the new wheel, you know, the auto armor. And then you need some of these things for that. You gotta try that. You know what I think you really need? Are you doing you polish your cars and stuff? You know how to do all that?
Yeah, I bought Rufus, I bought a LH R15 and a 75 from you.
Okay, you really need, let me see. I got one of these here. Let me get the darn ladder.
Yeah, pretty much taking your stuff and
yeah, you gotta have one of these. You gotta have a Merca. These things are freaking sweet. Again, one of these things.
have your essentials list.
Have you done the? Have you tried the new Rupes pads?
I have
The microfibers.
not the microfibers.
I want the 3-inch. Oh, they're right here. I want the 3-inch yellow. This is what you need. 1, 2, 3. I need a half a dozen of these guys. These are awesome. Replacement wires. Do you have a Rupes cloth or the brush tool?
Yeah, the claw.
Yeah. Good.
like I said, I kind of bought into your probably your essentials. I've got an active pressure washer with the Cox hose reel and the Moss
Ooh,
Magic
yeah.
gun and all that stuff.
You don't have this, do you?
Nope.
You need that.
No, I've got all your Sonic or the perfect finish and the correcting compound.
Yeah, you definitely need that. Let me see, what else do you need? Do you have? I don't know if we have any. Yeah, do you have metal coat?
No.
You need this. These are some products that you may not have. This is what you put on your exhaust tips. Let's see, what else do we have that's new that maybe you haven't tried out? What gun do you have?
I have the Moss Magic, not the
Oh, you gotta get you one of those then, for sure. Yeah, you need to swap yours out for this. And then you need one.
got that wand already.
Oh, you have this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the new tips?
So I have one of the 45 degree of the one that's got the rubber on it.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it actually
good.
leaks really bad. So I don't
You
really
just-
use it that much.
You have to reseat it.
Okay.
Just either maybe put a little tape on it, tighten it. It has to be real tight.
Okay.
That's the only way it is, and it
I haven't
leaks.
really messed with it. Just
Yeah, so
I
if-
use it on my wand, and
There's-
then I use the regular tip when I'm
There's
using the
there's
short.
there's no way for it to fail. It's just loose.
Yeah.
So you have to get in and maybe even put a few pieces of tape, a few little wraps of tape on it, and that'll fix it guaranteed. Because there's no failure point on it.
Overstep or anything.
What else do you
The
need?
thing I really need Milwaukee-wise is the router, the compact router.
I don't think we have it. That's the grinder.
No, it's right here.
Aha! Perfect. All right. Probably would have been cheaper for me to ship all this stuff to you, but it would have been cheaper for me to ship all this stuff to you, but this is fun. Do a little shopping spree. Let's go work on the box while they get us all set up here. Yeah, this sucker is legit. Look at this thing. It's so good. It's so good. I have an offer, and I didn't take it.
Well, this is your car, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, but the offer is a lot of money. I'm like, maybe I should. Yep. I said, no, I think I'm gonna keep it. I never know how to make this thing work. Release. No biggie, just next to my GT3. Probably not up to OSHA standards here. It's been a long time since I've driven this thing. Yeah.
Put it as close as you can to the fork tips. In fact, put the fork tips like out here. Load it from the back as far forward as you want to get it head of the rear axle or head of the trailer axle.
Well, once we get it on the wood, it'll slide,
Yeah.
but getting it up there is a question.
You can get it on there with the that tailgate. It doesn't come off, huh?
It just folds down. It's like a ramp.
You can try. Put it down and then back out until the fork tips
Yeah.
like back here and see if it'll reach. Back out. You know if you have the front or back of the box.
Yeah, this is the back of it.
Yeah, maybe flip around so you got the heaviest.
Well, I don't have enough room, do I? This thing's pretty awesome. As I fork right through the side of the, I feel like a real man here today, doing some real man work. Oops.
I had to wash my truck before I drove it down here. I didn't want to drive down with my dirty truck, so I had to wash it Saturday afternoon.
I'm never judging.
I normally wash in the morning because the shade is on my house that way, and but I had to wash it in the sunlight because it was going to be like 40 degrees Sunday morning. I was like, nope, I don't do that.
Do you do most of the work yourself on the cars?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The
Just
only
have a
thing I
tuner
didn't
tune
do
it.
to this car, because I just didn't have a lift and all that, is I put a new rear end in it, and to break the bolt loose to take the axle out, is they red Loctite it in from the factory. There was just no way I could do that, so I had to have that done at a shop. Yeah, I'm definitely old school. I mean, I change my own oil, I change my own brakes, I change her oil, I don't take it somewhere, get out and do it myself.
Same
I
here.
love it.
I was freaking changing the oil in the Raptor, saying, I'm never doing this again. And I'm like, well, who am I going to have to do it?
Yeah, because if I do it, it's done right, and I know it's done right. Yep. And if it's not done right, then I only got one person to blame.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Got to bring it to go anywhere.
nice, man.
Man, I super
Congrats.
appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for participating, making it without you guys do it.
Sorry, I only spent $10.
It's a pretty sweet deal.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
My whole family's making fun of me when I was on the podcast. They all listened to it and was freaking out. And they're all laughing at me.
I was at Animal Kingdom and thought I was having to drive home. I was about to get in the car because he was
I called her kind of
hyperventilating on
freaking
the
out.
phone, and I'm going,
That's awesome. I'm pumped. I've been so fortunate that everybody who's won all the stuff has been like OG people, you know?
Yeah, I've definitely bought in for sure. I mean, I was a little bit before, but just didn't have some of the guidance. And
Yeah.
when I started watching her videos, and like I said, I was using all chemical guy stuff, and
Yeah.
and it worked. But
Yeah.
and then started watching your videos, and stuff you were testing all that stuff, and I had a crappy little Ryobi pressure washer, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely doing this wrong, and that was early last year.
If you're gonna do,
bought into.
if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it right, you know. And that's the thing that I've just been sharing the journey of discovery, and I have this weird set of circumstances where now it's like rocket fuel for me finding cool stuff, because now there's a point to it. Before, my wife is just like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Why are you doing this?" Now she's like, "Okay, I get it."
Yeah.
Now she doesn't even argue with me when I buy a new car. Like the Evo showed up, like in the garage.
She's like,
Or no, the GTS was in the garage. She's like, "What is that?" Kate's like, "What is that car?" And I was like, "Oh, that's for Destination OG. I didn't tell you about that. $120,000 car." Yeah, so it's been a wild ride, man. Well, thanks for being on it
I
with me.
wanted to get up there. I think it was a week and a half ago. You guys had
Yeah,
an open house.
open
I wanted
house,
to
yeah.
Get up there for that, but just scheduling didn't work out very well. But
Well, we're gonna have another one. It was really cool. It worked out great. Have people come and get to, because a lot of the people that came probably, there are a lot of younger guys and stuff probably aren't ready. They aren't going to be able to, it's too much money.
Yeah.
That's why I want to buy the house next door. That way I can have two different options, two different reasonable options. Yeah. But even still, if you got like 2 or 3 families together, two,
house is
3
big enough.
couples, yeah, it's a couple $1,000 for that place is nuts. So I'm really pumped with the concept, and it's working out great. So. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for
having us.
yeah,
Really
thanks for being
appreciate
here. Wait till your eyes pop out of your head when you turn that Merc on. I'm telling you, dude. If you guys haven't bought that thing yet, it's the most incredible thing ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
You want it.
was
I
tough.
probably pulled somebody's order off the shelf. I probably stole somebody's.
You should be okay.
We have a couple in stock. Okay, good.
I told you I'm into woodworking as well, and I'm really into that at home because in my job I do all metalworking.
Yeah.
I'm a fabrication manager in a manufacturing facility up in Alpharetta, Georgia, and so I work with metal all day.
Yeah.
CNCs and lasers and press brakes and all that. So when I go home, I just love the raw wood type thing.
Interesting.
Well, Merca makes a really great
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of good stuff.
sander
Yeah.
that is really good. It's up there in the top of the line stuff, so I've definitely heard of them before.
Yeah. Woodworking is there. That and then body shop work is sort of their expertise is, and then they just stumbled into making this amazing machine. It's gonna be great.
I'll probably be using it. I got a some point. I haven't polished her car yet. It's not really that bad, but it needs to be polished and coated and stuff, and I haven't done it yet. So I'll probably be using it this fall because I can't do it during the summer. It's just too hot.
Yep.
So I'll be doing that this fall. So
Cool. Awesome, guys.
All right.
Thanks for letting them play with this stuff. We'll see you guys. Have a safe trip. If you need anything, you have my number.
okay.
Thanks, guys. See you, everyone. Awesome.
Way too straight for that.
Yeah, Mike's a wizard on the back end. Forget it. I'd be here for half an hour trying to get out.
The guy I borrowed the trailer from, he's gonna come
coming
over
back
and he'll
it up
pack it in my driveway. 'Cause that's what he does for a living.
I'm with you. See you guys.
So much.